Good morning, everyone. Hope your Friday is starting off well. So, I wanted to share a story with you this morning. It's one that some of you have heard, but it's a fun story and I like telling it, so I'm going to do it again. It's a story from a couple years ago when I met a pastor down in Georgia, and he's from there, had a thick Southern accent, and we met and we went through the kind of customary greetings. I told him my story, he told me a little bit of his, and at the end of it, he looks at me and goes, "Alex, I'm going to tell you something." He says, "You got two types of pastors in this world. You got your lab rats and you got your sewer rats. Lab rats, they go from classroom to classroom and they do everything they can to stay clean, to not get into any sort of mess, and they come out and they don't have a scratch on them." He says, "Man, there's nothing I hate more than a lab rat trying to tell me how to live in the sewer." He said, "But you?" He said, "You're a sewer rat. I can see it. You got scars, you got cuts. I can see it on you." He said, "I love it. We need more sewer rats out here." And I always resonated with that. I always really appreciated the imagery of that. But it's something that I want to tie back in this morning in a different way. So, verse for today is John 3:13. "No man has ever gone into heaven except the one who came from heaven, the Son of Man." And it's meant to be a reminder that Jesus himself chose to be a sewer rat. He chooses to step down off his throne. He chooses to come into our mess. He's someone who's entitled to heaven. He's entitled to perfection, to this other world aside from this mess that we've created. But instead he chose to step down into our mess. And he does it intentionally to expose himself to the worst of it, to the pain, to the struggle, to the anguish, to all the gamut of difficulty that comes with being a human being. And he comes to experience suffering and pain and eventually death. All so that we can be clean again. All so that we can step out of that and be clean. Because the reality is, you might have this illusion of being a quote-unquote lab rat, but the reality is we all are a product of this sewer. We're all unclean. We're all scarred and broken and bruised, and we are all just a byproduct of this world. And this world is broken. And our way out of that is only possible because of what Jesus did for us. But in that, we're called to replicate that through him. We're called to be the kind of people that will wade into the mess of people's lives. The mess of addiction, the mess of pain and anguish and suffering and mourning. We're called to live in the pain of the moment and the messiness of life. Because Jesus did it for us. So, share a prayer this morning. It says, "Lord, please bless this mess that we all call our home. Please give us a spirit to run towards the pain, towards the struggle, and towards the messiness of this life. Don't let us be weighed down by the fear of getting dirty or getting hurt, because our cleanliness comes only from your sacrifice." And God, we thank you for that sacrifice, that you came down into our mess to make that possible. To step down off a throne and into the sewer of our own creation so that we might be able to be clean again. We love you. We praise you. In your son's name. Amen. Have a great Friday and a great weekend.